YouTubians. Hello YouTubians, once again. Welcome to the preparation. This is Discovering More channel. Thank you for subscribing to the channel and also your contribution to make this channel a success. We have been on how you can design a free energy generator, and we have been explaining different components of the generator, the generator, the electric motor, the flywheel, the setting, and everything. We make sure that I explain different parts, and if you have not watched the video on that, I advise you to subscribe to the channel and also go to the playlist to watch more about this production. In the last production, we're talking about how you can properly connect your electric cables so that you avoid giving fire on your house or on the generator. I explained the different connection system, the folding system, and also the different type of wire you should use in connecting your free generator. And I believe some of you are giving subscription and also give a comment on that. I appreciate so much. Today we also continue this series, and we're going to look at how you can how to connect wire properly, avoid your house. In this kind of time, we're going to talk about how you can connect the socket, because the difference between socket and wire. The wire is the cable you use in doing the connection, but the socket is the place where you plug the wire. When your wire is fixed on the system like this, you have to plug it on the wall. So the electric system will not flow to the socket and then distribute to your house. This area is very important because many times people make a mistake on the connection of this process, and at the end they end up burning a system or burning generator or burning the socket. For instance, every socket has this fuse. The essence for the fuse is to prevent an oversparking or to reduce, that is to trip off. When there's electrical voltage, the fuse would automatically die or switch off. That is by so doing, when there's high voltage, it stops the high voltage from transmitting to your electronics or your systems, which will end up burning. So that is the essence for this fuse. The fuse, it helps to control the voltage flow. But unfortunately, sometimes you have some plugs that are not, these fuses are not properly done, and that is where you have to be careful, because the fuse here helps so much. If you don't have a fuse on your plug, it's better to buy the one that has fuse, so that you can be able to control the voltage that flow in, because in this system you have only two voltage carrying energy, and that is, we talk about the neutral. The neutral is the first one you see here, just for neutral. Then you have the negative and positive, which is the one that carry out the main voltage. If you start this here, you see that this is neutral. This is neutral. You always see it at the top of the fuse plug here. This neutral. Then if you look at this one now, you see that this is the positive and this is the negative. This is where the voltage is the flow. These two plug, this one and this one, are the area which the voltage move. And this, you can see now, it is positive, as where it's connected to the fuse, because when it trip off, when the fuse burn, the voltage will not flow again. And it will stop the flow, and that is where your system is safe. You just use it as a voltage control. And if you compare this plug to this one, you know that there's different. There's no fuse on this. It just move. You see positive, you see negative, and the whole thing is just neutral. In this kind of case, when there's a high voltage, the voltage flow directly to your system, and the tendency of burning, or if there's high voltage causing problem to your system, is very, very high. So that's why it's advisable for you to have this kind of plug most of the time, because it's so good to prevent high voltage or to reduce or to cut the fuse instead of cutting the system to nothing. Now if you go now, you see the different connection of the fuse system. You see the neutral cable, sometimes neutral cable. You can see the earth, you see the live terminals. You can see it here also. This is, you see the earth here, you see the fuse, which is helpful to do the connection we want. Then you see the live wire, which is the positive. It's always close to the fuse, which is what you see here now. Just this one there, the live wire, just sit here now, what close to the fuse. So you see the live wire now on this place. This is where you see live, which is, that is where the live flow, and then you can do that one as neutral, or you can call it negative. So the major area where the current flow is the live wire and the neutral. The earth doesn't have much power as much as the live wire, which is the positive, whereas why is connected near to the fuse, because that is where the current flow. Why this one you can call neutral or negative, as the case may be. So this is the area what you need to know. This is a very important connection. Anytime you have a socket, you buy a socket, you should know that the area that is close to the fuse is the one that carries the voltage around, that is the positive, and the other one is the neutral, which is the negative, because sometimes cable carry two tools, and this earth may not be there, but if there's earth, you can see that you can plug the earth. But even if you don't have the earth, because sometimes the plug may not come with earth, if you don't have the earth on it, these two cables can do the job very well. As long as the positive is connected to the fuse and is functioning, and the neutral is functioning, you can still have your voltage transmitted very well without no problem. So we'll take note of the live wire, which is the earth, the fuse, which is the area which the live wire is straight in, because you see this plug now, you see that the fuse and the live wire are, they have the same link, as you can see it here. Look at it here. This is it here. This is here. You can see it here. They have link. So this connector is linked to this place. So the essence is because if there's high voltage, the fuse will burn, and then the voltage will not be transmitted. That's why you have this. You can see it also here. You see that there's this metal, and this metal is linked to this fuse system, and then you see the live wire, which when the voltage flow, it flows to this place, and when it's high voltage, the fuse burn and the voltage will not flow. And what's happening, you see here is the live wire, and then the neutral, which is this one, the earth and the fuse. Now if you don't go further, you see that this is the socket connection. Now see the cable system, how it's twisted, how it's connected, and this is the socket aspect, because this socket aspect is different from the one we talk about. Most socket has, you can see, two cables, black, red and black. This also have, but now if you can connect this block here into this place, and the voltage will transmit to the socket. So it's very important for you to have a good knowledge on how you can connect your socket, you can connect your fuse, you can plug it out. The voltage transmission can be done, because to avoid burning house, because I've seen cases where people set their house, and most of the time if you see electrician who does not have good experience, you can spend your house on fire because all these little things we take for granted. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe on this channel.